I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. You could have it all, my empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts. I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. You could have it all, my empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way. Good afternoon. Good evening, everybody. How we doing out there? I hope you're all doing well. Yeah. You know, Facebook keeps changing. There we go. Bobby, thank you very much for the 200 stars. Thank you for you sharing in this journey. Absolutely, my friend. Very good to see you. Hello, Chuck. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Jessica. How is everybody doing? How you doing, Beth? Let's see here. Where are we at? All right. So anyway, I was gonna have Johnny Cash actually do the music in the background, but I was like, I know how to play this song, so I'm just gonna play the song myself. I thought it'd be fitting. So anyhow, welcome everybody to Tuesday Tales Presents. And I'm sorry to say, not only is this the final chapter of the Ballad of Broken Bird, this is also the final Tuesday Tales. I've kind of made a decision to stop doing Tuesday Tales. I might go back to doing Wednesday nights, or I might do Monday nights. I think it all depends on what I decide to read to you guys next. Really is kind of where we're at with that. So, but yeah. So this will be the final Tuesday Tales. It's easier for me to do it on another night because I'm transferred over to the Tuesday rotation crew for the Winthrop ambulance, and I would hate to be in the middle, especially tonight. I would hate to be in the middle of this chapter and then get called out, because then you guys are all sitting there suspense, and I don't know when I'd come back from that. So anyhow, so yeah, we're gonna move that so that doesn't happen in the future. Hoping it's not gonna happen tonight. So anyhow, you guys, this is it. This is the big moment we've all been waiting for, the finale. I gotta move this chair. Dang cord. All right, here we are. That's a little more comfy. So anyway, couple of new things. Well, quite a few new things. Well, let's talk about the book release party that the Paulsons threw for me. If you didn't tune in on Coffee with Friends, we talked a bit about it. Went absolutely amazing. And thank you guys so much for what you've done for me. That includes you, Pimo. You were part of it too. You've been a part of all the big important things in my life that have happened here in this town. You've been there, man, and that is much appreciated. Yeah. So the book release. So here's the thing. It was weird having it was weird having people that are in the book. It was weird having them all there. And it was even weirder is that there were people from different time periods in my life that showed up, and they were all under one roof, and that is such a surrealistic feeling. It's hard to explain what that's like, but yeah, it was something. And I signed a heck of a lot of books. I'm surprised I didn't get carpal tunnel or stroke out like I do when Bobby and I are playing for too long. So but anyway, we had a great turnout, and most of my books are sold out now. I still have a few for Bobby's store, so the ones I have left over, I'm gonna put for sale at Bobby and Beth's store, the Winthrop Mercantile, who I might add have been gracious for the past year in letting me use it as a play space to play music and to do podcasts and all that other stuff. So thank you guys very much for your just your love and your support of all the stuff I've been doing. Thanks Bobby and Pimo for being my partners in this and helping me out, being my co-host for the coffee shows and all that. I sold. I got a copy request from the mayor of Winthrop. She wanted a copy of my book. I thought that was amazing and kind of scary. But and also from the city manager, the city administrator. He also requested a book. So now I got the two heads of town that are going to be reading my book, and hopefully I don't get kicked out of Winthrop after they read it. I'm just saying. So yeah, but I'm eagerly awaiting to hear people's reaction to the book. That's always been kind of a nerve-wracking thing for an author is to hear how the public reacted to the book. So yeah, I talked to my my stepmom, my bonus mom, I call her, and she was on page 10 when I had talked to her, and she said she's like, it's really good, and she goes, I feel like I lived through this first part of the book, and I'm like, well, you totally did. You lived through all of the book, really, except for some of the flashbacks to the past. So, but yeah. Also, I got asked by one of the Winthrop newspapers reporters if I'd be willing to do an interview with him. So about the writing and stuff and playing music and all that other stuff. So that's pretty awesome. I'll be doing an author talk, I think in September sometime at the Winthrop Library. I've also been asked by the Gaylord Library as well. So but nothing's been scheduled with that. So, but we, yeah, all kinds of fun, exciting things have happened since the launch of the book. And holy cow, I don't know what to say to all of that, except for wow and thank you. So I'm more used to writing responses instead of saying them, I guess. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked at the way life is going right now. So thank you, you guys. You guys are the reason Broken Bird got written. You showed up every week and you encouraged me, and then next time I'm like, oh shit, I gotta start writing some more chapters. And eventually I was done. And so I'm pretty sure Broken Bird thanks you guys too. Cause it's like, are you ever gonna finish my story? I'm just gonna sit here in limbo. And sometimes I feel that on stories that I've started and I haven't finished, that I've kind of put all my characters on hold, and they're kind of like, hello. So, but yeah. So thank you guys for coming back. Thank you for purchasing my book. Thank you for promoting my book and my other writings and stuff. And I am at a loss for words as far as how to thank you guys, except for maybe come out with another book, maybe. We'll see. I got a couple that I want to work on. So tell us about Thin Spots. Yes. So Thin Spots, last year's release. Beth Paulson had told me about a contest that the Minnesota Library Association, I think, had come out with it, or had let people know about it. And it's basically for indie authors, local indie authors that have self-published. And you enter your whatever manuscript you want, and then they have a board that reviews them, and then they pick the one that they want to feature. And my book got picked And yeah, so Thin Spots is now available in ebook format. Should be in every library in the United States and Canada. So that's pretty freaking cool. Um, yeah, so thank you, Beth, for letting me know about that. There's also a chance to be featured in the Library Journal and also a chance to win $2,000. What I could do with that money. That's a lot of hookers and blow. I mean, I'm going to buy Bibles for old people. That's what I was going to do with the money. Anyhow, so yeah, so there's that going on. But I have some extra treats for you guys tonight regarding the book. I thought I would read you the introduction, which wasn't written when we started this, and the dedication page as well. And then after the last chapter, there is a what they call an afterword, which is written by Josie Whalen. And so, yeah, got a whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of stuff for you guys tonight. And it's kind of a somber, it's a bittersweet night tonight. It's nice to reach the end of this book, especially with you guys. But it's also nice to, well, I mean, I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss the Tuesday nights, and I'm gonna miss Broken Bird. I'm gonna miss you guys. So, anyhow, without further ado, because it's gonna be a long story. It's a long chapter plus all the extra stuff I'm gonna be reading. So, are you guys ready? Let's see here. All right. Let's get into the very final chapter of Broken Bird's story. The Ballad of Broken Bird, from the author. It took me over 16 years to write this book. Every goddamn chapter was hard to write. Not because I was worried about grammar or spelling or whatnot. It was because there is a large part of me in these pages. There's laughter, pain, death, and everything else that comes with life. Most of you know my writing as terrifying tales of the macabre, but this one's different. Sure, there are some ghosts in this book, but they are here more for guidance than to terrify. As with most stories, the characters here are real people that have been in my life, either briefly or a large chunk of it. But they left their mark. And some of you aren't in here, but that's because you're in other stories I've written or soon to be. You are holding my heart in your hands right now. I hope that you enjoy it. I wrote it for you as much as I wrote it for myself. I didn't want to say goodbye to my friend, but he was tired and had done what he had come to do. Bradley L. Bodeker, 2026. Man, wow. There's so many things to do, so many things to write. How to even begin to get it all down and without modified restraints and all hung up on like literary inhibitions and grammatical fears. Jack Kerouac on the road. Billy. Hey man, everything that we ever dreamed about is in that teardrop gas tank, and you've got a stranger over there pouring gasoline all over it. Easy Rider. This book is dedicated to Victoria Celine Sky Demi, 1965 to 2021, for the poetic words that filled my soul and spending your last days with me. To David W. Moore III, 1966 to 2017, for holding my hand from afar and reminding me that cancer didn't define me. To every badass motherfucker that won their battle over cancer, and to those that still fight. To Leon Carney, 1946 to present. Thanks for the lessons in this book and in this life, my dear friend. I hope I did some of your stories right. And of course, to my father, 1949 to present, who never stopped trying to be my dad and met me halfway on that broken old bridge. All right. Let's I gotta go all the way down and find chapter 54. Easy, slow down there, Big Thunder. All right. Oh, that's the end. That's it. That's all of it. You guys be pissed. Oh, come on now. Here we go. Come on. There we go. 54. You guys ready for this? The Ballad of Broken Bird. Chapter 54. So, I guess this is it. The last entry into this leather-bound, weather-worn notebook. So, if you're holding this in your hands or listening to it, I'm not entirely sure how this will all pan out. Thanks for coming along on this trip. I hope maybe something in here helped you as much as it helped me, or that it at least entertained you. Hopefully, some of those bars and restaurants I visited are still around and you can drop in there and patronize them. Maybe stay away from that little roadhouse wannabe shithole in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And don't travel down that little dirt path by the bridge on the Big Sur unless you got a bigger gun than the property owner. If you make it out to Slab City, don't hop in a pool with a witch named Kesh, especially if she's drunk. She'll either fuck you or fuck you up. I imagine this will be passed from family to family, and they may get a little angry at me for going out this way. And to those I say sorry. Please understand that I didn't do this to cause more pain. I did this not only to relieve my own pain, but yours as well. I think it hurts a lot more to see your loved ones suffer than to actually see them die. It was painful for me and my siblings to see our mama pass away slowly. Dementia is a mean piece of shit disease, and the only ones affected by it are the loved ones around you. So, I guess what I'm trying to say, I want you all to remember me as what I was, not who I was headed to be. I would have been an emaciated mess of a man. This journal has been about memories, painful ones and happy ones. My outcome was going to be painful enough, so let me ease the suffering the best I can. I was able to mend a few burned out bridges on this trip and built a few new ones. So a huge wopila to those who are part of all of that. My love will go out to you from my grave. I'm so grateful for everything I've experienced since the day the doctor slapped my ass to the last time I hit the throttle on old Lucy. The bad, the good, the sadness. It's all been a life-affirming experience. I don't know if I'll be able to come back. All those existential things I wrote about in here might be true, or maybe just what my brain deals with while cancer chews away at it. But I like to think there's an ounce of truth in every bit of fiction or fantasy. I got back, and everyone wanted to know how the ride was. Dad was tending the fire like I knew he would be. I don't know if he'll ever know how grateful I am to have him as my dad. Blood or not, he did the best he could. And if I could pick my dad in the next life, it would be him over and over again. I made my rounds of hugs and stories that maybe I should have put down here. But I'm very tired, and I think it would probably be irrelevant. You know how much I love everyone here, and how much they love me. Their stories are theirs to tell, not mine. I had to make one last phone call, and it wasn't going to be an easy one. But I promised. Oh, shit, Carlos said. If you're calling me, that ain't good. Well, hola hermano to you too, I said quietly. What's going on? I told you I'd call. You in Minnesota? Nebraska. There was silence for a long moment. I thought you were going to... Carlos let his words drift into the ether. I collapsed in Florida, I said. I got real sick. Family and I decided that I would hospice in Nebraska at my sister's house. Okay, let me see if I can get airfare too. It's too late for that, my friend. Motherfucker, he said, and began to sob. Are you off the streets? I asked. Yeah, I'm off the streets. I'm holed up in a studio until I get on my feet, cooking in a restaurant. Mexican? No, you racist son of a bitch. It's Chinese. How? Never mind that, man. I want to come see you. I'm sorry, buddy, but it's my time to go. Why do I even try? I just started to head in the right direction, and now this. You try for me, for your mom, for you. Just because I'm gonna be gone doesn't mean you should stop trying. Fuck, Carlos. You deserve a shot. Take it. You're gonna kill yourself, aren't you? I didn't answer him. Answer me, motherfucker! He shouted angrily at me. I'm gonna take my path, I said. I feel like I'm already dead. Like I'm already done with this life. It's time for my next chapter. just like it's time for yours. I, I don't expect you to understand, my friend. Forgive me for hurting you like this. Just know that I do this with you all in mind. I'm no longer who I once was. Cancer is in control of most of my real estate now. I love you, Carlos. Please keep moving forward. Make us all proud. Ah, he said eventually. You're a prick, but you're my prick. You've been like a brother to me. You have someone tell me when the funeral is, por favor. Okay, amigo, I said sadly. I'll catch you on the flip. Perhaps. I'm gonna stick around a while, see where this ride goes. I could feel the love and the ache through those 5G waves. We said goodbye and hung up. The pain has increased, and the brownies and the morphine are hardly touching it. I don't know how much more I can fake it. Josie was quiet, and I could tell she was holding in a lot of emotions. I'd found her in my room cleaning the equipment and tidying up my bed. Hey, I said, you work too hard. Hey yourself, she said softly. To be honest, I just don't have it in me to socialize tonight. I get it. I'm sure you do. How are you holding up? Can I be honest? About time you do. I'm in so much pain. I had a tough time sleeping last night. I ate too many brownies, and I also gave myself a little pump on the morphine pack. Jesus, that's gambling. I've been gambling my whole life. If I didn't have a regulator on your pack, I don't think I'd be talking to you right now. She was probably right. Well, how can I make you comfortable tonight so you can sleep? I don't really know, Josie. Other than putting me in a chemically induced coma. But you don't want that, do you? No, I don't. Well, I ain't gonna shoot you or whatever else you got flying through your brain right now. What do you. I ain't dumb, my friend. I know what you're doing. For a moment, I froze because I thought Kelso had talked. You don't want any of us to worry about you declining. You do understand that's why we're here. You understand that we all give a shit about you enough to take shifts with you through the pain, through the sadness, through every goddamn step. I know that. But I think you've all done enough. Well, you don't get to say that. Only we do. I shut my mouth because what was going through my head didn't need to be said. Everyone had signed on, and I'm grateful for that. And I hope that what happens, they'll understand I did it for them as well. Thank you, Josie, I said, for being my friend and my nurse. All of that. I wish we got to know each other longer. Are you saying goodbye to me? Before I can't, yes. She hugged me. It was a long, strong squeeze. You're a douchebag, she whispered in my ear. I know, I mumbled back. You make people love you and then you die on them. Right. How do you think Stella feels? Oh, God, that poor girl. I hope you two remain friends. I'm sure we will. She said goodnight so I could change. Stella came in shortly after. If I knew you were coming, I said with a smile, I wouldn't have put my sweats on. You jerk, she said, smiling at me. How was your ride with Kelso? It felt really good to be back on Lucy, I said. Where did you go? We went to an old watering hole I used to frequent back in the day. Started a bar fight, see if I still had it. There was an old hole in the wall bar I hung out at, and things would always get rough, even on a Monday night. O'Malley's Irish Public House, it was called. Liar. Seriously, where did you go? I took him up on this bluff I used to do my thinking at. That it? Yeah. Why? What did you guys talk about? What's with the question, Stell? Kelso is different when you guys got back. Is he? I told him about some of my memories of Omaha. That's it? Yeah, come on, what's up? He looks like he was gut punched by a best friend. He's quiet. I don't know. Something seems off. Well, I laid some heavy stuff on him. Heavy stuff? Like what? Stell, I love you. Stop changing the subject. Seriously, I love you. I'm sorry we don't have the time to build something any deeper than the short time we had, but I love you. She was silent. Her eyes got a little watery, and she pulled me in for a tight hug. Come on, Skitty Arms. That all you got? I said. It wasn't. She squeezed tighter, and I could feel it through the pain eating away at me. It was like being crushed by a skinny anaconda. Your timing sucks, she said, withdrawing from me. Yeah, I know. Can I sleep in your bed with you tonight? Of course. You're so fragile, I don't want to hurt you. Well, I don't think we can listen to the Stones again, but it would be nice to have you next to me. She smiled and climbed in. I laid there, trying to find my happy place. The pain was throbbing throughout my entire body. I ate a brownie and gave myself a long pump on the morphine. I could feel it trying to cover the pain, but it was too strong now. I listened to Stella breathing slow, feeling her breath on my neck. I could hear everyone talking outside. There was laughter, but there were silences in there that I know belonged to Kelso, and perhaps even my dad. I'm very sorry, guys. I know I wasn't going to be able to sleep tonight. My happy place was in my mind. The 3 cottonwoods, one struck down, one wounded, and one standing tall. Soon, that earth mother thumping came on. Thump, thumpa, thump, thumpa. But the pain throbbed along with it, keeping time with it. It echoed loudly in my head, so that I couldn't hear anything else. Soon it was silent outside. Everyone had turned in. Dad had put a few large logs and gone to bed himself. Stella was fast asleep, curled safely into a ball. I was able to slide around her and look out the window. Only the sacred fire stood burning. The lawn chairs were empty, half drunk beers and sodas sitting on the logs. The light in the kids' camper was out. Everyone was exhausted. I slid open the window and took a deep sniff of night air, the aroma of burning wood hanging in the background. The crickets were having decibel wars with the cicadas. So, this is where I leave you. I'm going to test this mended wing of mine. My body may be broken, but my spirit is whole. My heart is breaking. I kissed Stella on the forehead one last time. I finished this entry. There's so much more I want to write. But I think I've said what needs to be said. I don't know how many more times I can say goodbye before it just becomes a word. Like when you say I love you too many times, it loses its power. I'm tired, and I'm not sure how much longer I'll be me. Faye, Broken Bird, O'Brien. I am the son of an Irishman and an Ojibwe champion dancer. I'm the father of 2 young women, the uncle of Jackie Boy, and the nephew of Bones. I was a lover, a friend, and a brother. And I'll greet my mom and my uncle and Ska Sunka and see where that road goes. And that, my friends, is the end of chapter 54.
Very well, very well, very well.
What'd you guys think of that? Endings are always the hardest because you never know how people are going to react to the end of the story. So, but um, oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. So, yeah, that is the end of chapter 54. But I'm one of those people that when you get done watching a movie or you get done reading a book, you want to know what else has happened to everybody afterwards. And so I put in an afterword in here, written by Miss Josie Whalen. So we'll jump into that. Aw, Bobby, it made you speechless, huh? That's wow. Okay. Afterword. It has been 6 long years since Stella called me hysterical. She woke up and Faye was gone. Not like you're thinking. He just wasn't in bed. She woke up his dad, and then the family all woke up and started looking around for him. She called me, and I immediately left my dad's place and headed over to his sister's house. We all had crazy thoughts on where he might be, and maybe he had just gone and took a walk. But Gandalf was leaning up against the wall by his bed. We ended up calling the police and reported a vulnerable adult at large. I noticed his brown leather bound notebook sitting on the table by the bedside. A yellow sticky note was on the cover with a worn out pen attached to it. Finished, it read. I knew the OPD long enough in my years growing up here and dealt with them a few times in my college years at UNO. It was like pulling teeth to get an officer to come out and at least take a statement. I noticed that old bike of his was gone, and my heart sank. His dad and Stella took off looking for it. She had said something about a bluff. It was a bit peculiar because that friend of his, Kelso, didn't seem too active to find him. He was pretty quiet, too. Had been since they both came back from that little ride they took. Anyhow, they found my friend about 26 miles down the Missouri. He was right about where the Platte meets up with the Missouri. He was pretty messed up, and as you might reckon, his body was, well, I'll spare you the gory deets out of respect to his family. We all took it pretty hard, his dad especially, because he and Faye's sister and brother had to identify the remains. But I think it was more than just that. After reading his journal, Faye and his daddy spent up a lot of time and tears to build what they had before my friend passed. They had a nice funeral for him out at the Weta Band of Ojibwe community in South Dakota. His brother Chris brought the ashes home, and Ben Losthorse proceeded over the ceremony. It was a beautiful thing, really. Sad, but beautiful. I guess that's how I'd describe my friend, too. He was very sad when I first met him, but his soul was beautiful. I got to meet his friends, Seamus and Robin Ehlert from New Jersey. Great people, and they definitely enjoyed the time they had with him out in Cali. They said their pilgrimages wouldn't be the same without their two friends, Victoria and Broken Bird. Everyone had parted ways after COVID struck and had us all staying indoors. Well, except us healthcare workers. Surprisingly, I never got sick. I'm glad Faye wasn't around for that dumpster fire of a year. I don't think he'd have made it through that. I keep in touch with Stella. She actually came out to Seattle and hung out with me a couple of years ago and promised to come back again. She's a tough gal, that one. I was more of a mess than she was when Faye died. When her and I talk about her birdie, it's always with a smile and misty eyes. She settled in Texas and she sells her art out of a co-op in Austin. She's been spending her days spoiling grandbabies as she's reconnected with her kids. But she doesn't stay still very long. She usually takes off on her bike and road trips for a few months, a year. I spoke at length with his sister Missy just last Christmas. She told me her son Jack received an interesting present. It showed up wrapped in heavy brown paper. It was addressed to Jackie Boy and claimed to have come from his Uncle Bertie. Well, you can imagine we both swallowed our hearts. Inside that package was a gas tank off a custom Harley Davidson. It had an eagle feather attached to it and an envelope with Jack's name on it. On the side of that tank was a freshly repainted word, Lucifer, on it, and a painting of a black crow. The letter read, Jack, I'm sorry we didn't get a proper goodbye. I'm also sorry you and I didn't get a proper ride out to the Black Hills. I originally wanted to give you my bike, but I wasn't sure what was going to be left of it. So what you hold in your hands is the best that I could do. That's all any of us can really do. So, in saying that, just remember to not be so hard on yourself growing up. You're going to mess up. You're going to fail. Just do the best that you can do, because that is all any of us can do. However that looks, it's always enough. I love you, kid, and you're going to do some amazing things. I know you will. No matter how much this world tries to beat you up, never lose your compassion and kindness. There's not enough of that in the world, so the world needs you. A long time ago, I promised my uncle I would go see this country for the beautiful place that it is. Now I need you to promise me that you'll do the same. Just don't be like me and wait till the last minute. Since I couldn't leave you Lucifer in her entirety, I would suggest you take a cage. That's 4 wheels, Jackie boy. It's safer. Don't need to have your mom worried about you too much. And please, don't ever start smoking. Don't even give cancer a chance to know what your body is like. Try to be healthy. Eat well. Don't do excess in anything. It always catches up to you somehow. Well, take care, Jackie boy. I love you with everything I got and more. Uncle Bertie. It was postmarked from Florida, so I have my hunch it may have been from that Kelso fella. She also told me that their dad passed away last year. His prostate cancer had come back, and she reckons he kind of gave up that fight because he never went in to get it treated. I guess now I know where Faye got his stubborn streak from. That poor family has dealt with a lot of loss. My heart goes out to them. I only spoke with his friend Carlos once. He said he was off the streets and off the sauce, received his bachelor's degree in IT security, and works for a firm in San Antonio. I got an invitation to a wedding for Coral Catherine Spencer and Connor Lee Denny in Kansas for this coming October. I called in my RSVP. They had bought a house together, and they are both working and doing young couple stuff. His daughter Lee's book, Milk and Honey, was made into a movie, and she received $200,000 advance for the rights. She used the money to build a home on family land on the reservation. The movie should be out soon. She's writing more books. I got to thinking how exciting it would be to have Faye's book made into a movie. Who would play him? I wonder. That Adam Beach fella from Smoke Signals? He'd be perfect. I wouldn't mind if Amy Adams played me, or maybe Jennifer Aniston. Well, as you can see, I did get his journal published. His brother edited it. His brother edited it, and it got handed around the family and some of his friends before it got to me. Stella added a few parts in there to correct events that had happened. Chris didn't have the heart to omit anything in his book. He said it would be like taking away memories of his life. I hope I did my friend some justice with what this is. Lillian has since moved out, and we lost touch. She has a strong personality and makes her niche wherever she lands. So if she's reading this, I hope you're doing well, honey. I'm still at the hospital working the ER in Seattle. I quit the bar because that was just too much. I might be entertaining a relationship with a handsome fellow who works for the Gig Harbor Fire Department, but I won't say more. Ain't that serious yet. I know, maybe I don't have the right to be putting in my 2 cents in Faye's book. This is his story after all. But I thought maybe you'd all want to know how we all got along after he winked out of existence. I sit out on my balcony on a starry night. I pour myself a single Jack Daniels and cola, and I toast my good friend, Faye Brokenbird. I just know he's up there with his ancestors, and maybe some of mine, looking down on us, smiling. The outlaw, Josie Whalen, the 2026. And I will die, and you will die, and we all will die, and even the stars will fade out, one after another, in time. Jack Kerouac. The Wet'en Band of Ojibwe is a fictional subtribe. The traditions and practices mentioned in this book are an amalgamation of the First Nations of Turtle Island as well as Aotearoa. Lucifer was a customized 1972 Harley-Davidson FLH Electric Glide with a 74 cubic inch shovel head V-twin engine. The survival rate of a non-small cell stage 4 lung cancer is 6 to 11 months with treatments, 2 to 4 without treatment. Targeted therapies have become more and more advanced and can prolong a patient's life depending on certain biomarkers in their DNA. Obituary: Faye Brokenbird O'Brien. Faye O'Brien was born to Lyle and Noho Ni Purpleflower O'Brien in May 31st, 1970, in Pipestone, Minnesota. He graduated in 1988 from Lake Previous Senior High School. He has worked in several different careers until his last cancer diagnosis. He was a free spirit who loved to be on his motorcycle and catch wind therapy as much as he could. He played in a few rock bands in his younger days and wrote poetry when the mood hit him. He died tragically in a motorcycle accident in Omaha, Nebraska, where he was in hospice at his sister's home battling cancer. He is survived by many friends and family, including Faye O'Brien, his father, Kathy O'Brien, nee Quackanot, his stepmother, Missy O'Brien, his sister, Jack O'Brien, his nephew, Chris James, his brother, and Dessa James, his sister, and Sandra O'Brien, his other sister. Lee Spencer, stepdaughter, Coral Spencer, his stepdaughter, and Stella Iverson, special friend, and many others. Written by Lee Spencer, reporter for the Argus Leader newspaper. And that, my friends, I just sucked up the whole entire hour with all of that. So hopefully you guys got all of that. I saw it kind of blink out of existence there a little bit. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I still have tears. Aw. What an amazing ending. Thank you for sharing your story, your heart and soul with us. You have painted us a story with your words, a beautiful story. What an amazing gift we have been given. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Bobby. That's very nice to say. Thank you, guys. I'm very gifted to have friends like you. So I am very much glad you guys enjoyed that. I'm kind of sad now that this is done. I don't know what to do now. So I'll have some time to think about it. I'm going fishing here in a couple days, going up north for a week. So yeah. So we don't have anything going on except for until Thursday of next week. Thursday of next week we'll be doing some toe tapping Thursday. Right, Bobby? Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. I know I'm gonna be playing regardless if Bobby can't make it or not. I gotta play. We gotta keep content going, right? So that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. This page, the b.hive page, has been growing. I think we're pretty close to 700 people now, which is cool. I had originally it was like 133 people was when this page started. That's what I had on here. So this is growing. So thank you guys for referring your friends and family here. Willing to risk your place in the family just to promote me. But that's very much appreciated. Thank you guys. This book would not have been possible, would not have gotten done or anything without you guys and your encouragement and watching. So rock on, bro. Thanks, Chuck. Thank you very much. So yeah, we'll be playing music for you next Thursday. There's no coffee with friends this coming weekend. No toe tapping this Thursday. But afterwards, next week, we'll jump back into normal. So I don't think we'll be reading anything next week because I don't have anything to read you. So yeah, so we got that going on. But I don't know what to say. I mean, this is yeah, this is a huge event thing. And things have been going so well and clicking into place like puzzle pieces ever since the release of this book, that I feel like this book had a purpose other than to be published. Thanks, Kev. I'm glad you liked it. I hope I did Kelso some justice and his actions and everything in here. Yeah. So thank you for your help on that, man. Also, thank you guys that showed up at the book signing, and thank you for or ordering it online. Either way, thank you guys very much for your support that way. And yeah, keep the word out. I'm gonna try to keep content going on here. Somehow, I might do some kind of fishing thing or something. I don't know. I might do whatever. I have started. I'm gonna start a thing called Hive Talk. HIVE. That sounds bad. HIVETOK, and it's just kind of a checkup thing on how things are going or what's going on here at b.hive Productions or even Apocalypse Studios here. So yes, thank you very much, Pimo, for letting me use Apocalypse Studios as well. I bet you do feel connected to Kelso, man. I bet you do. You two look very much alike. So yeah. Wow. I don't. Yeah, this is just another high I'm going to be on, I guess, for a while. So anyhow, I'm going to cut you guys loose. So peace and a bottle of hair grease. This was way too much fun, and I very much enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do next. So I'll let you know. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend. I might do a coffee with friends picture thing, and we'll post that, and then you guys can all, yeah, let's do that. So, because I know all the guys I go fishing with like doing the coffee thing with me, so it'll be up in the North Woods. Anyhow, love you. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Mwah.